Welcome back to the 5th episode of Trevian Sports Spotlight. I'm Lily Long.
And I'm Lauren Sullivan.
And today we're joined with New Trier Boys Lacrosse. Last year the Trevs finished first in conference and went 16-7 overall. This season they are looking to advance to the state championship.
Today we're here with some key players in the program, including Graham Stewart, Shay Creasa, Walker Chesson, and Trevor Marte. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
To start off, how did you guys get into lacrosse? Have you always played it?
Yeah, so I started in 6th grade. I played for Kenilworth lacrosse. And I kind of just started playing. My older brother, he's 3 years older than me, so he was playing and I kind of just got into it. I used to play hockey, but I started playing lacrosse, just loved it. He kind of introduced me to it, and then never looked back, I guess.
Yeah, so I was kind of in between sports around 7th grade, and one of my brother's friends, older brother, Henry Sherb, who played for New Trier, gave me lessons all summer long, and I just fell in love with it and started playing club at Team 1, and just kind of took off from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as a kid I always liked hockey, so I guess my love from lacrosse kind of started from there. I always needed a spring sport, and it kind of started with soccer for me at a really young age. And then I switched to lacrosse around 5th grade. I think I started playing true around 6th grade, and I just kind of never looked back from there.
Yeah, for me, I started playing North Shore United my 4th grade year, and first goalie game I ever played, I just fell in love with it, and I never looked back. Played goalie my whole career, so it's fun.
Now, going into the season, you guys ranked 3rd in Illinois, so you're set at a high standard. How have you guys been preparing to get better results this year?
Yeah, so we start off-season lifting like the very start of the year, so like I think we started mid-September this year. We do that 3 times a week. So that's like kind of like the root of us just trying to get stronger, faster. And then on the lacrosse side, we do, right now we're doing every Tuesday, hour and a half practices with junior, seniors, and then first groups, freshman, sophomore. So do that, and then a lot of people do club. A few of us here do some privates on Sundays, and then we do some captain practices on Sundays as well. So
yeah, I think just a lot of us, it really is up to us, like individually, to put in the work outside of practice, in the lifts, just kind of doing our own thing. I mean, that's part of being on a team, is like not just doing the stuff that's asked of you, but doing more. So doing stuff outside of practice is really key.
Yeah, I think we've had a variety of guys showing up to the lifts, a lot of guys at the captain's practices, and a lot of guys at the Tuesday practices as well. It's been great to see.
Yeah, like Shay said, like we're trying to build our team culture like from the lifts as our kind of foundation. So we want to have that foundation of hard work and kind of grit. So we're building that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So, do you think losing graduates Lincoln Nasser, Duncan White, and Charlie Truck will affect your season?
yeah, I mean every year you lose some key players. Those 3 guys were our 3 captains last year. They were really good players for us. I mean Nico, he moved on to the next level, plays D1 lacrosse now, so he was a big role model for me especially, and I really learned a lot from him. So yeah, I mean it's definitely a big loss, but we all learned from those guys, and I think we're all going to take something from them, and I have a lot of confidence in this squad this year, especially the returners that we have right now to go far and win that state championship.
Yeah, I think every year, like Shay said, it's always hard losing the guys that like you look up to, and that did a lot for the team. But I think every year, like guys step up, and like everyone has a big role on the team. So I think this year we have those guys, and they're ready to take the shot and step up in that role.
Yeah, kind of like Walker said, I think we got a lot of young guys who are ready to step up. Guys like Alex Finlayson, Jake Carr, like guys like that who've been working all off season, and I think they're ready to go this year to step up into those roles.
Yeah, for me, it's really tough to lose Truck, but we're still returning one of the best defenses in the state. So it just shows like our program and the strength of it, still having such a good defense, even after losing such a big piece.
Last year, you guys lost in the sectional finals against hometown rival Loyola by only 1 goal. How do you predict this season will be different, and what players do you expect we will see a lot out of this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of looking at them right now, the four of us, and then also some other guys that are younger and some other seniors like Hans Huber, Finn DeGroot, Gunnar Hutchin, guys like that who've kind of been on the team for a while, who are looking to just kind of be like the main guys on the team this year. And I mean, I've lost to Loyola every year. I mean, even last year, I'm pretty sure we were ranked above them. So it's not always about the rankings. I mean, it's really hard to play a team like that. It's just there's a lot of like emotions that go into that game. So I think controlling our emotions and kind of just not thinking too much into it and just going out there and playing and just beating them, you know.
Yeah, I think key players in that game are obviously like Aaron Pressman. Having someone dominant at the face-off X will be huge for us. I think, like earlier Trevor said, Alex Finlayson and Jay Carr, like those guys are going to be able to step up in those roles in big games like Loyola, obviously. But I think just like there's going to be other games this season where we need those guys, and they're going to be there. Like we can rely on them. They're strong players, and they're ready for that role.
Yeah, I think this team's going to be really deep this year, which is kind of like what's really exciting. Like there are going to be a lot of different guys doing a lot of different great things, and there's a lot to be excited for.
Yeah, I think it's key to play well under pressure. I think in the last 2 years, like we've lost a couple 1-point games or 1-score games, and I think just being able to play through that final stretch is what's gonna get us to beat Loyola, and that's the first step towards the state championship.
Next, how would you guys describe your team culture? Do you guys have a favorite tradition?
I would say we have a really strong team culture. I think that starts with a great head coach who's kind of Coach Dixon, who took over that role our sophomore year. He really ingrained like that team culture and just all bonding together. I think my favorite tradition that we kind of started, I think our sophomore year, I don't know if they've done it before, but we started doing like haircuts. So we do some mullets before our first Loyola game, which will be like late April this year. I think it's fun to just get together and kind of all look the same. Kind of, I don't know. For me, it's fun to do something as a team. Like maybe not everyone wants to get that type of haircut, but it's a really good bonding experience, and it's fun to know like you walk around the school and everyone knows you're on the team because you have a mullet. So that's my favorite tradition.
Yeah, I think that one really brings us together because we all look the same. I think my favorite tradition is definitely like Sunday breakfast, though. Like after our or Saturday breakfast after our Saturday practices early morning. I think right after you just get to hang out with the team. I mean, go to Jasper's or Chick-fil-A and grab a quick bite, and that's always fun.
Yeah. Kind of like Shay said, I think all of our coaches have done a great job, like Coach Dixon, Coach Newman, Coach Shoney as well. I'd say my favorite tradition so far has been the 2 spring break trips. I think those have been a great time.
Yeah, for me it's the jersey, when you get your jersey at the beginning of the year, because like an upperclassman will give like a little speech and say what the person who had this jersey the last year meant to the team and what they hope you to do with this jersey number. And for me, like I feel like that was special my sophomore year, and I love that tradition.
Now I want to turn the spotlight to Graham. You had 111 saves last year. How does your mindset play a role in helping you be successful?
Well, I like to think that I'm a hard worker. I show up, and I really dedicated to the details, as Coach Newman would like to say. And I just think about playing goalie all the time. It's kind of an obsession.
Now, Shay, last year you were ranked 4th in goals with 24 and 3rd in assists with 14. How do you feel about your performance last year, and how do you plan to increase your points this season?
Yeah, I think I had a pretty good year last year. I mean, I wasn't really the main option on offense, but I was fortunate enough to kind of play in all the games and start as a junior. So I think I learned a lot last year. You know, I was playing kind of next to Nico, who was definitely our best offensive player. So, and even Trevor had a lot of goals. So I think this year, I don't know. I think I've gotten a lot better as a player, and I'm going to be one of our main options this year on offense. So I think naturally I'll probably score some more goals and get some more assists, but also just kind of keep putting in that work and just kind of have trust in myself that, you know, I can score a bunch of goals and I can be a good leader on the team. So,
Walker, you've been on varsity since you were a freshman, and you're a key asset for the team.
Are you planning on pursuing lacrosse in college? If so, how is the recruiting process going so far?
I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna play in college. I would love to. Just depends where it takes me. Depends what schools recruit me. Right now I am looking at a lot of D3s, and that's kind of where that's going. Going on a couple visits this spring, which will be fun. But I'm just trying to have fun with lacrosse right now. Obviously, play for the team I'm on, not play for the team I'm hoping to play for. So really, I'm just focused on this spring and having a good season, stepping up for the team this year.
Trevor, this past fall, you committed to DePaul University, along with current teammates Luke Rotarek and Tyler Kenyon. What made you ultimately choose DePaul, and how do you think playing with high school teammates will give you an advantage?
So for me, what helped me choose DePaul was, at first in my recruiting process, I was super unsure about what I wanted to do. There was a variety of schools I was looking at, kind of all around the country. But it wasn't once I went on my visit to DePaul and met the coach and met a few players, I just remember driving home and just being super excited about the idea of going there. And just throughout the rest of my recruiting process, that feeling always stuck with me. And just I feel like I always knew, after I went, that was where I wanted to be. And the part about Tyler and Luke joining, that's super exciting. I'll start with Tyler. I've been playing with Tyler ever since I started playing lacrosse, honestly. So it's really exciting. I mean, it's been so exciting to have it in high school, let alone now college. It's just going to be a super cool experience for me. And for Luca, it's just super cool seeing him thrive. I'd say it's sophomore year, he'd never picked up a stick, and then he just started working super hard. And it's been really impressive to see how much he's grown as a player, and I'm super excited for the next 4 years with him.
Rob and Shay, as captains this year, how are you planning to leave your mark on the program and help lead your team to a state championship?
Yeah, I mean it's a big role for the neutral lacrosse team to be chosen as a captain. So I mean I think not much changes. I think I've always been a pretty good leader, and especially this year, just because we kind of just found out that we were captains, we kind of already started being those top guys that are going to lead the team, and now it's just having that title in front of your name, I guess. So just be confident in myself, try to make the team better, and then I want to leave a mark on the guys, the younger guys. I want them to look up to me and know that I was a good leader for them and a good person. So
Yeah, for me, I just want to be a positive force for the team. Like Shay was saying, we've already started being leaders in the preseason, but now we've kind of have this label. But I just want to be a positive force for the team, continue to work hard, and be an example for the future leaders of neutral lacrosse.
What is one area you think your team will need to develop and work on during the last few weeks of preseason?
I'd say, for me personally, I think the offense this year will be key to our success. I think we're going to have one of the best defenses in the state, just because of how deep we are. So I think the key to our success this year will be our offensive flow, how well we gel together, how well our chemistry works, and all that.
Yeah, I think that's something that we definitely need to work on, because last year I think we had Nico Nassar kind of running our offense. He was such a valuable player to us, and this year I think there are a lot of guys that can do what we need to do. So we just need to play as a team and get the flow going, get the chemistry up there, and really get the ball moving.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
Now, as upperclassmen, what will you do to push each other as athletes and your team and be a role model for the incoming freshmen?
I think maybe just making sure everyone has a voice. We need to hold each other accountable this year. So making sure everyone gets heard, everyone has a voice, and no one feels like they're in the wrong. People make mistakes every game, every practice. So I think one thing that's always hard is making sure no one feels down when they get are making mistakes. Just try to keep them accountable and prevent them from making the next mistake, and can't be repetitive. It's just got to change, Yeah,
I'd say for me it's just about setting the right example and setting the right legacy, because not just for now but for the future as well, because I think this program has a lot to gain in the future, and I think we can lay the bricks down for something really special.
Yeah, I agree. I think we can all just be really nice guys to all the younger classmen and like be that role model that those seniors were for us.
What are you guys looking forward to the most this season?
I'm just excited to meet all the new guys and just kind of finally get our whole team together, because we've had like 25 returners this off season, but we still have like 15 more guys that are going to make the team. So I'm excited to meet all those younger guys. I mean, we have a pretty good idea of who those might be, but ultimately it's up to the coaches to decide. So really excited to meet those guys and then just get started. I mean, we have tryouts are a little later this year, so we kind of only have like a week until our first game. So that week is going to be pretty intense. Just kind of get right into it and start the season off right. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think like Shay said, meeting the new guys is always fun. Like the beginning of the season, like the chemistry can be a little off. Not everyone knows each other that well. But like once we get practicing and once we get like a little locker room time, everyone gets to know each other. It's always fun, like seeing how everyone mixes. And then, yeah, like it's been a long off season. We're all really excited. Tryouts are a little later this year, so I think that also means we're all like ready to go, like right then. So once we have that first game, and then we're stepping into a big game against Vider. So like we're all really excited, ready to get going.
Yeah, kind of like Walk said, that first week is going to be super important to our success this year, especially with those first two early games, especially playing number 2 St. Vider. But I'm kind of just excited to get into the thick of the season, kind of like that April-May part. I think that part's the most fun part of the year for me. And, yeah, I'm just excited to get to know all the guys, too.
Yeah, for me, I'm really excited for April 25th. That's when we play Loyola Academy, and that's a big game for us. It's a revenge game for a lot of the upperclassmen, and then a good precedent to start for these younger guys. And, of course, I'm excited to meet the guys, and for the games before that, but that's a big one for me.
As you look at your season, what goals are you guys setting for the team in general?
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, we always want to, the main goal is always a state championship for us. We have really high expectations, so I think ingraining that on the younger guys, that like this team, like even though we haven't won it since 2019, like every year our goal is the same and it doesn't change. And obviously you're gonna have some smaller goals, like as like individuals or as an offense or as a defense, but the main goal is always state championship. And I mean that's just got to be the main goal every day when you wake up, every day when you go to practice. That like you got to work hard and you gotta know that that's our goal, and that anything less of that is like a fail of the season. So.
I'd say I agree with Shay, but I'd say for me personally, it's beating Loyola. Yeah. I think everything goes through beating Loyola this year, and I genuinely do believe we have the team to do it, and it's really exciting, but it all just starts there.
Yeah, I think we can all grow as a team and grow individually with that, and we can do that through big moments and persevering through those together.
Yeah, I think every year it's the state championship, but like the games where everyone's there for every sport is playing Loyola. Like no matter what game start hurts every year. Like the last couple of years we've lost them and it sucks. But I think this year we can do it. We have the team and we're ready. So that's definitely our goal.
Finally, what message do you have for the fans as your season approaches, specifically for your first game March 18th at Hersey and the first home game April 12th against Middleton?
Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of the same, like show up to the games. I mean, everyone always shows up to that Loyola game. We're playing them April 25th at their stadium under the lights on Friday, so I'm assuming there's going to be a pretty big turnout for that one. But always, I mean, I don't know. We always expect a pretty big crowd for those, but we want some bigger crowds for some other big games at home. Definitely show up to our first home game against that Middleton team from Wisconsin, and then some other big games. We'll definitely push for some fans, because it's always more fun to play in front of your peers and your friends and stuff like that. So that's what I got to say to New Trier. Show up.
Yeah, be there, be square. We got a lot of big games coming up. I mean, right off the bat, playing that number 2 team, get loud, be at the games. You never know what's going to happen with lacrosse. I mean, there's a lot of big plays that can be made, like, anytime, any point during the game. So, you got to be there to see it and just get loud.
Yeah. Kind of like these guys said, just show up. It's a really exciting sport. There's a lot to see. It's going to be a really exciting team and a really exciting year.
But yeah, you won't be disappointed. We've been working really hard, and all the guys are crazy good at lacrosse. And, we really show out when we play, so be there.
And that's all for today. Thank you guys for listening in, and make sure to show up to the Trevs games this spring. Have a great weekend.